Jai Radha Madhava, Jai Kunja Bihari, Jai Radha Madhava. Gopi Jana Vallabha, Jai Giri Varadari, Jai Giri Varadari. Yasodhanandana, Jai Braja Jararanjana, Jai Braja Jararanjana, Yasodhanandana. Jayo Yamuna Tira Vanachari, Jai Kunja Bihari, Jayo Yamuna Tira. Jai Radha Madhava, Jai Kunja Bihari, Jaya Radha. Gopi Jana Vallabha, Jai Giri Varadari, Jai Giri Varadari. Yasodhanandana, Jai Braja Jararanjana, Jai Braja Jararanjana, Yasodhanandana. Jaya Yamuna Tira Vanachari, Jaya Kunja Bihari, Jaya Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Jai Gauranitai 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 Jaya Gauranitai 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 Jai Prabhupada 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 Jai Prabhupada Jai Jai Prabhupada 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 Jai Gaura Haribo 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 Gaura Haribo Nitai Gaura Haribo Tai Gaur Premanande Hari Haribo Shri Shri Gaurnitai Ki Jai Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Shri Sri Radha Gokulananda Ki Jai Sitaram Lakshmana Hanuman Ji Ki Jai Tai Gaur Premanande Hari Haribo Good morning, everyone. So today, I got a verse just yesterday from Niskinchana Prabhu, and it's Chaitanya Charitamrita. Oh yeah, Lord Chaitanya's appearance day coming. Sorry. There you are. So, today we'll read from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, and it's Adi Leela, chapter 4, text 41. It's correct? 41 on the board. Jai Jai Sri Chaitanya Jai Nityananda. Jai Jai Sri Chaitanya Jai Nityananda. Jai Dvaita Chandra Jai Gaura Bhakta Vrindam. Jai Jai Sri Chaitanya Jai Nityananda. Jai Dvaita Chandra Jai Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jai Jai Sri Chaitanya Jai Nityananda. Jai Dvaita Chandra Jai Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, the confidential reasons for the Lord's appearance. So, it's no more confidential because we're talking about it today. This is discussion. Srila Rupa Goswami, when he met Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Prayag. So, the verse on the board is Ei Mata, Bhakta Bhava, Kori, Angikara, Apani, Achari, Bhakti, Korila, Prachara. Ei Mata, Shri Radha Gokulananda ki jai, Sitaram Lakshmana Shishi Gauritai ki jai. Ei Mata Bhakta Bhava Kari Angikara, Apani Achari Bhakti Korila Prachara. Ei Mata Bhakta Bhava Kori Angikara, Apani Achari Bhakti Karila Prachara. Ei Mata Bhakta Bhava Kori Angikara, Apani Achari Bhakti Karila Prachara. Gentlemen. Any ladies? Word by word. Ei Mata, like this. Bhakta Bhava, Bhakta Bhava, the position of a devotee. Kori, making. Angikara, acceptance. Apani, himself. Achari, practicing. Bhakti, devotional service. Korila, deed. Prachara, propagation. Translation with a long purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. In this way, assuming the sentiment of a devotee, he preached devotional service while practicing it himself. Please repeat after me. In this way, assuming the sentiment of a devotee, he preached devotional service while practicing it himself. This is alluded to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We're talking about him here. Purport by his Divine Grace Prabhupada. When Rupa Goswami met Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu at Prayag, Allahabad, he offered his respectful obeisances by submitting that Lord Chaitanya was more magnanimous than any other avatar of Krishna because he was distributing love of Krishna. His mission was to enhance love of God. In the human form of life, the highest achievement is obtain the platform of love of God. Lord Chaitanya did not invent a system of religion, as people sometimes assume. Religious systems are meant to show the existence of God, who is then generally approached as the cosmic order supplier. It is true, people, they use God as the bread giver is indeed Padre Nostro, our Father who are in heaven. I don't know the prayer in English, but I know in Italian, being raised in a Catholic monastery. Please give us our daily bread, isn't it? And we can see that the Christianity philosophy, theory, it's all about God, the Father, the maintainer, the supplier. But I've learned to recite the same prayer, but I took out the please give my daily bread. I took it out because it's not good to think of God serving us, to supply. You know, we can actually depend on His mercy. The daily bread comes to everybody, to demons, devotees, animals, plants. So it's already there. But people, they pray for not just the daily bread, but also for money. They pray for beauty. They pray for fame. They pray for power. You know, all the six opulents are there. We may not admit it, but I meet many times people when distributing books. You know, I'm praying for my exam, you know, devotees. Sometimes I meet some very nice devotional Hindu family. Please pray for my daughter. Ask God, you know, that she will pass the doctorate, the PhD or whatever. And please ask that my son, you know, will get this job. He went for the interview. That's okay. But it's all there in the karma, you know, what is meant to come to us, we will receive automatically, whether you pray or not. There are people, you know, they pray for power to destroy the planet. So, what to speak about asking, for the daily bread? Devotees, they don't even ask for that. They just ask for service. If you want to give me your mercy, please engage me in your service. And then Krishna becomes obliged, the servant of his devotee, Bhaktivatsala. And just like Lord Chaitanya in the translation in here, he's teaching us, God himself is embracing the mood of a Madhyamadikari devotee, a mood like we all have here of service. And he doesn't like to be God. Krishna is actually embracing that mood. And nobody can be more renounced than Krishna. And that renunciation is manifested by Lord Chaitanya. We know the 6 opulence. The last one is the renunciation. That is also an opulence. But it is perfect in his own orbiter. In the case of God, he can practice it more perfect than anybody else. Because he gives up the position as God and he comes with the mood of a devotee, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is none other than Krishna. So you generally, I don't want to say us, but there is a lot of materialistic people. They want the 5 opulence, but they don't want the renunciation. If you go to any famous person, politicians, whether they are politicians, whether they are celebrity, or whether they are, very prominent people on this planet, very wealthy, you can ask them, are you ready to give up everything? Renunciation. They will not. They're not prepared because they work very hard for all that. And to become renunciant, that is only permitted. That blessing, that mercy, it's only for special devotees. And it comes, like brahmachari or sannyasis. But even a brahmachari in ISKCON is very difficult, to become renounced. Renounced doesn't just mean the material assets that we are holding on every day. Renunciation from the fame of being great devotee, the fame of being brahmachari or sannyasi for many, many years, 40 years, 30 years, 60 years. The fame of being the false ego. So it's better, and the desires. Are we really internally renounced? That is why it's better to be a hard-working donkey householder than a playboy brahmachari. Isn't that? Yes or no? Vice versa as well. Better to be what? Hard-working brahmachari than a donkey householder. It's actually a principle that really sticks for everybody. But you see, I hit a little bit of your false ego. That's okay. We're not favoring the householders because, I'm in white. My head under the feet of the brahmachari. But I'm speaking about my observation, within my humble 45 years in Krishna consciousness. It's difficult, very difficult. But here, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, how is he teaching? By doing it himself. When I want to teach something to my son, I'm a handyman, just for you to know. That's another prestige, I'm attached to. I fix things in my house, so I'm training him because, in the future, my house will be his house, my 2 kids' house. They have to maintain. Maintenance should be there. And, just like the other day when I was some time back, there was a synchronizing motor of the boiler, that went wrong off. So I called an engineer, and he wanted to charge, 350 pounds to come and change it. So I may ask you, what is a synchronizing motor? The bulb, of the boiler that is a technical mechanism, that powers the water from the boiler to go around, and it goes into the pump, and the pump distributes into the radiator. Sorry, I shouldn't be talking about these things, but it's something, I always watch and learn, whether it's plumbing, electricity. Anyway, so I went to buy the synchronizing motor, £7, and I changed it myself. I Googled everything, turn off the electricity, changed the bulb, and off you go. And it costed me £7.50 rather than £350. And so I was telling my son, you see, that's when this thing goes off, you change it. And sometimes when there is a little bit of mold, you use this product. So I do it myself to teach him, So Lord Chaitanya here, the point, I'm trying to make is that Lord Chaitanya is teaching us how to be good devotees, preachers. So he came down as a Madhyamadikari, as a preacher, and he showed his devotee how to do it, how to preach. When I do book distribution, I always think, that's something that the Lord, He did it Himself. He did it 500 years ago. It was not done by Krishna. Krishna, he demanded, it was conditioned. He demanded surrender. Either you surrender or I kill you. That's what happened to many demons. One of them, he didn't get up from the Vyasa-san when Balaram came into the room, into the audience, and he got his head cut off. So when a Krishna comes, he comes with his power, opulence, and is ordained by his position to be worshipped and to be the best, the Adipurusha, the best amongst all the living entities. We defy that. Anyone who challenges Krishna will be, that's it, is the end. That was the advent of Krishna. And he killed, another impostor who imposes himself as Krishna. He killed Kamsa. Of course, so being killed by the Lord, it's a benediction. You achieve liberation. But Lord Chaitanya, he came without any condition. You don't have to be surrendered to Krishna to deserve his mercy. So, and he's showing us, that's how you do it. People, they are, disrespecting you, you tolerate. So he taught us the Trinadapi Sunichena. This is the only Shishastakam, the only instruction, the only book that Mahaprabhu gave us, the 8 instructions. There is nothing else except, his dialogue, pastimes with his devotees. But the cream of the instructions are the 8 Shishastakam. One of them, if we can understand the concept of Trinadapi Sanichena Taroriva Shuishnana, that is actually you're grabbing the concept of Krishna consciousness by the neck, in the instructions of Sriman Mahaprabhu, and it will take you to liberation. A blade of grass in your mouth, if you want to preach. So when I go out, today I'm going out again on book distribution, and usually before Gopurnima, every day I chant my prayer. Every morning, of course, I do it, Mukam Karoti Vachalam, and then I do Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam, because he's the initiator of the book distribution, Sankirtan movement. He's the catalyst person who manifested this preaching dynamics, preaching mission for all of us to follow. All the Acharya, they've embraced it. But it was initiated by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So when I recite, of course, when I recite those prayers, I always try to imbibe the mood of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. For today, let me be a Madhyamadikari. Let me do what Mahaprabhu would do. Let me follow his mood. Let me be one with him, not as a God, one as a God, but one in terms of opinion, in terms of mood. I won't imbibe the same mood of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, just for today, for 2 hours, 3 hours, depending. And then I preach to my mind, then I can go back to my nonsense after that. I'm jogging. Nonsense means, you relax, have a nice prasad, and carry on your family life. But when we preach, that is a serious area. If we don't have the mood of the Acharya and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, it's impossible. Not even a book on nothing will happen. People, they will not. It's like making a hole in the water. Have you ever tried to do that? If you're not Krishna conscious, you cannot make devotion. You cannot impregnate. These books, they're like seeds. You cannot conceive into the heart of the conditioned soul. So the book enters their heart, and they become pregnant with Krishna consciousness. Sorry, maybe a little crude example, but that's the way it is. The concept of preaching is to impregnate the conditioned souls with Krishna consciousness. All the elements are there. That is why when the preacher and the conditioned soul, they meet, it's very sacred exchange. It's there's a say. It's a sacred relationship between a teacher and a student, guru and disciple. The physician and the patient. Those are a sacred relationship, a sacred bond. And similarly between the preacher and the conditioned soul. it's a very important moment because you are stopping the wheel of time, the cycle of birth and death for that person, and say, wait a minute, stop the world, get off from the illusion for a few seconds, and come to reality, stop playing, going around, in the funfair of this world. And you place a book, just for a few seconds, you invite them to enter reality. You give them the remembrance of Krishna. And that knowledge, it's simple, jnana chakshu, it's enter, Rida, what is it? Rida, could you read on the, Guru Puja prayers? Yeah, Ridya Jnana, the words of the Guru, they enter into the heart of the devotee. You are a Guru when distributing knowledge, whether it's Harinam or book distribution, prasad distribution, and you are actually impregnating the consciousness of the person. And that is how they dovetail their nature, their mood. Shishirada Gokulananda Ki Jai. So, we carry on reading the purport. While Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's transcendental mission is to distribute the love of Godhead to everyone, anyone who accepts the God as the Supreme can take to the process of chanting Hare Krishna and become a lover of God. Therefore, Lord Chaitanya is the most magnanimous. This magnificent broadcasting of devotional service is possible only for Krishna himself. Therefore, Lord Chaitanya is Krishna. In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna has taught the philosophy of surrender to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. One who has surrendered to the Supreme can make further progress by learning to love Him. Therefore, the Krishna consciousness movement propagated by Lord Chaitanya is especially meant for those who are cognizant of the presence of the Supreme Godhead, the ultimate controller of everything. His mission is to teach people how to dovetail themselves into engagements of transcendental loving service. That's what I said before. We have to invite people to dovetail their mood into a devotional mood. He is Krishna, teaching his own service from the position of a devotee. The Lord's acceptance of the role of a devotee is the eternal form of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In other words, we know that the body in the another quote in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Sanatana Goswami explained that the body of Lord Krishna is made out of pure love. And but this body has a crown. What is the crown jewel of that body? It's mercy and compassion. The highest point is the head. And on top of the head of the Lord rests this jewel, which is the pride of Krishna. And what is it? Mercy and compassion. Krishna and Radha and Krishna, they are very happy, Atmaram, Jamunayo, with their pastimes in the spiritual world, with the gopis. There is no preaching there, only bliss, Vaikuntha, no anxiety. They're very happy, but still, that crown is feeling something. The head of the Lord. Wait a minute, I'm enjoying here. But the children of Krishna, Hambija Pradapita, he's the lost see the giving Father. We have all lost Him. We came down into this world and we're suffering. So that crown is a personality. He's thinking, let me go down and teach with the mercy and compassion, teach the signs of Krishna consciousness, teach the nature of the body of my holder. The holder is Krishna. Of course, that crown, it's also in the heart of Radha and Krishna. Mercy and compassion. So that crown comes down, and it's none other than Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He's the crown jewel of the body of Krishna, the heart of Srimati Radharani. And that is the eternal position. He doesn't like to be God, even though he's the highest one. Radha and Krishna, they are God themselves, but there is a phenomena superior to them, who is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, because he's made out of not just of love, but also of mercy and compassion. And you know what mercy is? Like we said it before, Krishna came, he punished. So you deserved, with Shishupal, you defected 100 times. So the 99, then the 100th time, he punished him with death. But Lord Chaitanya, no, you can go on, thousands of sins, thousands of offenses. There is no end. Prabhupada told Tamal Krishna Maharaj, the mercy of Mahaprabhu and compassion has no limit. And the word mercy, we spoke last time, last time I gave class, Latin word, misericordia, which means to forgive the punishment of someone, to write it off. When the judge said, okay, you did this, but I will absolve you. No prison for you, no punishment. Mercy, from the French word. People, they would be killed under the guillotine, have their head chopped off, and they would ask for merci beaucoup. Even thank you. French word now is mercy. Merci beaucoup. It's a very famous word. But that word, it's imbibed into the heart of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He came here, whether you are qualified, not qualified, you're falling down, you're not falling down, you are a good devotee, you are a bad devotee, you are a demon, you are a friend of devotee, not friend of a, everybody gets it. That is Sri Chaitanya, because he goes deep into the heart of everybody, and he sees that, wait a minute, this soul is linked to my Lord, to Radha and Krishna. We are all belonging to Krishna, but we go down into the abyss, into the depth of this ocean of nations. And as soon as you get the mercy of the Lord, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that's when you touch the bottom of the sea. The bottom of the sea becomes manifest. And then what happened? You can't go down anymore, you can only go up. That is when you're touched by the mercy of Mahaprabhu. People, they're going down and down and down. There is no depth. You see phenomenal thing, unprecedented things happening in this world. Abusing children, killing children, eating children. I'm not a conspirator. I don't believe in, conspiracy, but there are realities, things, that you wouldn't believe it, that happen. There are rituals of people, these are adult people with positions, that they believe in a cult, and they do things that you cannot fathom. So they're going down and down and down and down. But the mercy of Mahaprabhu, as soon as comes in, is the only hope. That's when the seabed becomes manifest. And the giver of that mercy will be rewarded. Which means you, devotees, who go out and carry on what Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was doing. It's the safest net to give out Krishna consciousness to people. What is it? I like this metaphor. It's not what we have that we take with us when we die, but what we give. What you give, whether it's love, kindness, some mercy, or a book, or some prasad to someone, that goes with you when you die. It's what we give. So that is the power of giving. It's the nature of the soul. Actually, nature of the mind is satyahara, constantly take people get up in the morning. They go out, they dress, they have a breakfast, they go out with one goal, to take something from the world. Starting with the oxygen, they need air in the lungs to breathe, to be alive. And they're not even grateful to buy you. They need some warmth. Oh, where is the sun today? They complain, there is no sun. They curse the territory, England. I should go in holiday, nice place. And they dress warm because they want the heat. So they want something. Then they go out for a job. They have a coffee. Because they I'm entitled. Money. I go out because I want money. And then I want some lunch. Then I want some friendship. And I want some sense gratification. When after work I go back home. There is always atyahara. Nature of the mind is to take. But whereas the nature of the soul is to give. So very few are sitting here today because you have understood that you are the soul and you like to give. Because if you don't give, you're not a Vaishnava. We have to give with some service, with some compassion. Give a smile to someone, give some comfort. Sometimes my wife is upset with me, so I give her a hug. Words sometimes they cannot pacify, but give a hug, give a smile, give some love. Reassure a friend. Reassure, your mom and dad, you love them. Reassure your son that you love your daughter. Give something. Don't be a miser. Everybody's got some love in their heart. Even if he's locked up, from billions of life, just unlock it. He's wanting to come out. That love is Krishna himself. Bhakti is Radharani itself. We are keeping Radharani prisoner in our heart, locked up. We don't want to come out. Lord Chaitanya opened up the doors of the heart. He taught us how to do it. With his knowledge, you can unlock your heart and let the love come out. Give something to people. Don't hold Srimati Radharani prisoner in your heart. That's the main point of this class. So, Swarup Damodar Goswami is described, we're almost there, is finished the purport. Describe Lord Chaitanya as Krishna himself with the attitude of Radharani, or a combination of Radha and Krishna. The intention of Lord Chaitanya is to taste Krishna's sweetness in transcendental love. He does not care to think of himself as Krishna. You see, Lord Chaitanya gave up his position as God. He didn't want to be seen as Krishna, but as his devotee. Because he wants the position as a Radharani, who is the best devotee. We should remember this. We should remember this. We should remember this. Maybe you could say, all of you together. We should remember this. Yeah? That Radharani position is the supreme. We should remember that to be a devotee is better than to be God. There is more taste. That's why Krishna, he came, in the mood of Radharani to taste. Lord Chaitanya, he wanted to taste the mood of Radharani. He didn't want to taste the mood of Krishna to receive the worship and to receive, when you receive a gift or something, it's nice. It's a gift of love you receive from the loved ones. But when you give, there is more taste. Isn't it? When you give something to someone you love, the father or the mother, when they give something to the daughter or the son, they're tasting. They do it with love. But the child, is more, he doesn't, he's actually preoccupied, in the toy.